that Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, and because of that, Noah's household was saved, and there were eight souls saved through the flood. God will always save seed to take and try his best, Pastor, to replenish. The 144,000 were missionaries. Now, what we got to look at is we need to find out. We know what they've done. We know that they were sealed. We know how many they are. We know they were Jews. We know that they were protected through the seventh trumpet judgment. And I want you to go with me to the 14th chapter of Revelation. What I want to do is I'm trying to pound on the 144,000. That's what I want to deal with. I want you to get this 144,000 in your head. Now, once we get that, then we'll go back, we'll get the mighty angel, and we'll get a couple other parenthetical passages, and we'll put them all into perspective. And then we'll go back, Pastor, to the 6th chapter, where we're plugged right on through the 7th seal, right on through the 7th trumpet, and I will guarantee to you, you'll understand the 14th, all the way to the 14th chapter of Revelation pretty thoroughly. Okay? Guys, don't hold back, though. Listen to it. 14th chapter. It says, and I looked, who looked? I want to ask you that. Who looked? John. Remember, I was in the Isle of Patmos for the Word of God, the testimony of Jesus Christ. I heard behind me a voice of the sound of the trumpet, and I turned to see. And when I turned, I saw one with a golden girdle about him, and he's wrapped around the 7 golden candlesticks. Notice it says, now we're in heaven at this point. This is in the middle of the tribulation. The middle of the tribulation is going on a little bit here. What we're looking at now is we're looking at great souls of people that were saved during this time. We're looking at the 144,000 now that are being seen in heaven. And I want you to understand, it says, I looked and lo, and a lamb stood on Mount Zion. Now, we have people that try to spiritualize this, and then we have those who try to say that this is a literal Mount Zion. Well, it tells me, Pastor, they must have fell asleep around 9 o'clock at night because they didn't finish the verse. And with him, look at it, 144,000, having his Father's name written in their forehead. Don't that sound like 144,000 Jews? That's what it said. And I heard a voice from heaven as a voice of many waters, and a voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of the harpers harping with their harp. You know what, Pastor? I really am getting tickled over that. These are martyred saints, along with this 144,000. These are martyred saints that have literally had their heads chopped off. These are people, martyred saints, that have probably seen their wives and their kids with their throats just cut wide open. You know, if it was anything else, it would sound like a bunch of church people I've seen on planet Earth just bellyache. They're not up in heaven bellyache, and they're not saying, guess what? I died an awful death. I died because I died for the Word of God. I died because I didn't take the mark of the beast. Let me tell you something. God doesn't care what you didn't do. God just cares that you get there. Hello out there. He's not looking for great people. He's looking for people that will just do the simple thing. And I heard a voice from heaven, harping, the voice harping. Look at it. They weren't complaining. Pastor, we have a lot of complaining going on in the church world today. But it doesn't say they were complaining in heaven. Look at this. It says they were singing. Oh, amazing grace, oh, how sweet the sound. You know how great Jesus is. Amazing grace, oh, how sweet the sound. And I'm standing on the solid rock. And God's sitting back on that throne, Pastor, and He's getting happy because they're singing praises to it. He's not hearing a bunch of complaining anymore. He's hearing what He wants. He said, I want you to give me praise and glory and honor because He's worthy let's pray. We need to do that on earth. We need to do that in church. We need to do that when the pastor prays on Sunday morning. Church, we really need to get up and we need to start praying along with it. When the pastor starts saying, I want you to bless the congregation, you say, well, God, let me tell you what. I called to praise you this morning. I don't care what my next door neighbor thinks. I'm just going to praise and lift my voice unto you. And I'm going to stomp my feet a little bit. And I'm going to clap my hands. And when they begin to sing, and I'm going to sing my very best. And I'm going to make a joyful noise unto you. And I'm going to give you 100% praise. And can you do that? Well, that's the problem. Pastor, you preach 2 hours. That's the reason why we don't do that. If we shut up, don't get excited. Preacher won't get excited, and he'll shut up too early. After all, I didn't want to be here anyway, God. That's what you're saying. But these were singing songs. They were singing a new song. Before the throne, look at it. And before the 4 beasts of the elders, we saw them in the 5th chapter. No man can learn that number except but the 144,000, which were, look at it, redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with woman, their virgins. Stop there, Todd. How many read the 17th chapter of Revelation? That's the Mother Harlot Church. All the way through the ages, the Mother Harlot Church has been in existence. Do you realize, church, that cults, religions have got big leaps and bounds? You know why? Because they got the answers for the people. They got it. I'm hungry. Well, we got the money. Need clothes. We got some clothes. You know, we practice that scripture. You see your brother naked, give me, and he's destitute, he's in need, and we just tell him, say, hey man, I'm praying for you. Let me tell you something, church. He doesn't need you praying for him. He's in destitute, he needs need because he's in hunger. He needs some helping hand. Yeah. You're not going to get a sinner saved until you meet that fleshly condition, and until you meet that, you can forget the spiritual need. He's not going to accept it. You know how I got saved? I didn't gas. My house pastor didn't have no gas. I picked up the phone, I called the pastor. He said, come and get the check. We'll put gas in the tank. That's what I need, pastor. I need some gas. I need to be warm. My car tore up. I said, pastor, I can't make it to church. He said, that's all right. We'll come get you. And the next thing I knew, someone done gave me the keys to the car and said, keep it till you get one. A couple of weeks later, the church had got me a car. I never forgot that. They ministered to my fleshly needs. Because of that, my spiritual needs were met with the Lord, and here I am today. We must be the light to the world. They didn't engage into adultery, the fornication, whoredom, lying. They didn't engage in the 2 false witnesses that had the power to call fire down